Weekdays at 9:30 after Richard Simmons on 7.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Spencer, I've had so many shocks today, I'm not sure I can bear another one like this.
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Saxon, but I felt that before I left, you should know the whole story.
You are telling me that you took a job in this house to prove that my nephew was an imposter.
I was already convinced he was. All I was after was the proof.
But you failed.
The man never revealed himself. He fooled everyone, including you.
Including his wife?
I don't think he did, Mrs. Saxon.
And you think that Raven knew he was living a lie?
I believe she was.
And now she's living another lie, thanks to you and all those others. She thinks that she is a wanted criminal.
Mrs. Whitney?
Yes?
Lieutenant Sam Finch, Monticello Police?
The golf is familiar.
I ought to, Mrs. Whitney. I've been following you since you jumped bail. Hope you had a nice trip, but this is the end of the line. You're under arrest.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't do this.
Just did, ma'am.
No, you don't understand. I did not kill anyone.
Right, ma'am. You're innocent.
It's true, I am, you jerk. A policeman came up and told me I did not kill Jinx Avery.
All right, whatever you say, ma'am.
It was a mistake. I don't know where you've been, but it was a mistake, or I should say a sick, terrible, disgusting joke.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way. And by Bold 3, detergent plus full-strength fabric softener.
5 years ago, my only artistic outlet was finger painting. Today, I'm taking art classes. Boy, have I changed my life for the better. Back then, I called the plumber when the faucet leaked. But today, I can change a washer myself. Now that's better. 5 years ago, I had to buy boxes of this and bottles of that to get my laundry clean and soft. But Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener changed that. A product that cleans, softens, and controls static cling all in one box. Now that's a change for the better. Oh, I know, only if it works. Well, Bold 3 works. Look at this shirt. Muddy, right? This was just as muddy. And talk about softness. All towels should feel this soft. Now watch. No sticking, no crackling, no annoying static cling. All that from one product. That's some change.
A change for the better. Bold 3. Now Bold 3 is an even better value. Compare prices and see for yourself.
My mom always says...
A penny saved is a penny earned.
I save with this.
Waste not, want not. Dawn handles more grease for the money.
Are you sure?
Am I your mother? Look, I've washed greasy dishes in an average bargain liquid, and Dawn. See, Dawn handles more grease for the money. Keeps grease away from dishes.
With Dawn, dishes look great. My hands don't feel greasy.
They'd look better with a wedding ring.
Next time, call.
Dawn, handle more grease for your money.
May I? Thank you. I was in Switzerland with a former employer. I met Libby Webster. We became friends.
And she told you about her mysterious patient.
She talked about him constantly. I think she began to have ideas about their relationship.
I see.
He was totally dependent on her, and sometimes a situation like that does promote a romantic idea. At any rate, he became even more interesting to her when he finally regained consciousness and told her that he was a multi-millionaire.
Yes, I can see where that would make anyone more interested.
She wasn't really sure if he was telling the truth, neither was I. But I was curious, and especially because I knew the man who worked for Schuyler Whitney.
You mean Gunther Wagner?
Yes. I thought that if any man could tell me the truth about the person in the hospital, he'd be the one.
And what happened?
Well, by that time, Gunther had left for the United States, but what surprised me was that he went with Schuyler Whitney.
And that's the first time you knew there was a second Schuyler Whitney?
Yes, that's when both Libby and I began to have our doubts.
And what did you do?
Well, we waited for the man in the hospital to get strong enough to tell us everything he remembered, but unfortunately, his memory had been affected by the accident he suffered.
So you decided to come back to the States yourself?
I only decided to do that when I read about Gunther's death. I knew it would provide an opportunity for me to get into the Whitney house.
So, here you are.
Yes, here I am. But the truth is still just as elusive.
But you still believe in that man?
Yes, I do believe in him. I have no proof. I only can go by what I feel. And if I may say so, Mrs. Saxon, I believe you're beginning to feel the same way.
Well, all of that has nothing to do with the hoax against Raven. A hoax in which both you and Nora were involved. Oh, I'm not at all surprised about Miss Fulton. She was never very trustworthy anyway. But you, Spencer.
I'm sorry if I've disappointed you, Mrs. Saxon.
I just don't understand. What made you join such a bizarre scheme?
I'm not sure that I can answer that.
Was it revenge?
No, Mrs. Saxon. I can honestly tell you that I had no idea that this would become dangerous to Mrs. Whitney.
Did you think it was going to be some sort of harmless prank? I'm sorry, but I can't understand it. And furthermore, Spencer, I can't forgive it.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Saxon. With your permission, I'll spend the night so that you won't be alone in the house. If you'll excuse me now.
I'd love some more wine, Sky, please. You've hardly eaten anything.
I'm not really very hungry.
Don't you like this restaurant?
What I would like is to be in the dining room where I belong, a private dining room on Sheridan Road.
At the Whitney house, you mean?
Yes, that's right.
Well, I can understand that. Let's hope we soon will be.
At the moment, I don't see any particular reason to hope that. Yes, you're right. I don't like this place.
I'm going to tell you something I believe you're going to like even less.
Oh, I see. Is that why you wanted to dine out tonight, so you could give me some bad news and hope that I wouldn't embarrass you in public?
One can never be quite sure of your behavior in public or in private, Sky.
Well, are we going to spend the evening discussing my behavior, or are you going to tell me what it is that won't make me happy?
I went to see Hazel Weston this morning.
Did you now?
Yes. I decided that I should speak to her myself about what really happened in St. Moritz.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, you have been busy, haven't you? So what did she tell you that she didn't tell me? What really happened in St. Moritz?
Actually, I believe she was far more open with me, probably because I'm a woman.
Oh, yes. Well, the two girls just getting together, exchanging recipes, little gossip here and there. What you two really have in common is that you both hate Val Bryson.
Let me give you a word of caution, Sky. You might learn to reverse your affectionate feelings about our valiant Valerie. You might even learn to despise her.
It's not likely, Libby.
I believe she not only betrayed you by dating Jefferson Brown behind your back, I believe she betrayed you in a far deeper, more important way.
Oh, really? Well, in what way would that be?
I think that she and that man Brown were conspiring against you together.
Come on, Libby, this is a bit much, even for you.
Whether you want to accept it or not, I'm certain it's true. It explains why they were meeting secretly. They were plotting behind your back while you went on blithely enjoying the scenery and Miss Bryson's charms.
Perhaps you'd like some dessert. Let me see if I can get the waiter.
You've got to hear me through, Sky. It's more than likely that the scheme to deprive you of your fortune was hatched in St. Moritz. But it wasn't only Jefferson Brown who was involved. He planned it with Valerie Bryson's help.
This is insane.
Put it all together. Do you suppose it was sheer coincidence that Valerie Bryson's father was one of the most skillful plastic surgeons in Europe? Don't forget that the most difficult and important hurdle in their scheme was the surgery that transformed Jefferson Brown's face into yours.
That's ridiculous. Valerie would never do any such thing to hurt me. You're nothing but a damn jealous woman.
Yes, operator. A collect call from Valerie Bryson in London? Yeah, sure, I'll accept the charges. Valerie? How you doing? Gee, it's good to hear your voice. Oh, I got back just a couple of days ago. I was visiting my mom and dad over in Rome. Yeah. Oh, they're fine. They send their love and everything. Hey, listen, how's the weather in London, huh? Chilly, huh? Oh, well, the weather's beautiful here. Oh, listen, a lot of people have been asking me when you intend on coming home. You know, you got a lot of work logged at the studio already. Oh, really? Well, how about if I come pick you up at the airport, huh? Hi. Yeah, what flight? Flight 1, International Arrivals Terminal. Okay. Yeah, fine. Oh, they're fine. They just came in. Listen, there is some things I want to talk to you about, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you, okay? Okay, I'll see you at the airport. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Guess what? Valerie's coming home.
Really?
Yeah.
From your reaction, I never would have guessed.
Really?
Wonderful. Where is she now?
She's in London at Heathrow Airport, and she's taking the first flight back to New York.
Oh, terrific. I've missed her.
Would you like a drink to celebrate?
I'd love one. But first of all, she sends her love to both of you and an extra hug for you.
Thank you.
So, she's coming back sooner than she planned, isn't she?
Yeah, and I'm real happy about that, but it does present a problem.
All right, what's that?
I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep from proposing to her the second she steps off the plane.
Mr. Hill, I want my money back. None of these stick deodorants stop wetness.
Sue, they aren't made to. But Arid Solid fights wetness ordinary sticks can't. It's new.
Arid Solid?
Look, these sticks say deodorant, not antiperspirant, because they contain nothing to stop wetness. But new Arid Solid antiperspirant fights wetness and odor with the most powerful anti-wetness ingredient.
Arid fights wetness and odor. That's for me.
New Arid Extra Dry Solid fights wetness ordinary deodorant sticks can't.
Because life is filled with a variety of mishaps, spills, miscalculations, and assorted minor disasters, Black & Decker invented the cordless dustbuster.
It cleans up little messes. 1, 2, 3. The handy dustbuster. Get one and see. Yes, it cleans up little messes. 1, 2, 3. Black & Decker's dustbuster. Get one and see.
Black & Decker's cordless dustbuster vac. Get one and see.
Dirty. Aren't you going to help me? The undercuts will be here any minute.
I have learned the hard way that it's much safer in times like these to just be an interested observer. He also serves who only stands and waits, you know?
Humph.
What do you mean, humph?
Do you think these hors d'oeuvres are going to be all right?
They're all right for royalty, if that's who you're expecting.
Guess they'll do.
They're going to be fine, Jody.
Well, I don't know what all the fuss is about anyway, not to mention the expense of buying hors d'oeuvres. I would have been very happy to bring out some good, old-fashioned cheese and crackers.
Mrs. Goodman, the people who are coming by for a drink tonight are very high up on the social ladder. Why do you think Jody's made me wear a tie? She wants to impress them.
It isn't that. Besides it. Anyway, I just want to make everything perfect. That's all. I don't want to let the family down.
You could never do that, under any circumstances.
Do I look all right?
Ah, women.
Watch it.
Well, they always have to be reassured, don't they? All right, I'll reassure you again. You look lovely.
Thank you. Yeah, well, how about me? I mean, if these endicottes are so elegant, maybe I should go and change into a uniform. And a tiara.
No, you look lovely, too, Mrs. Goodman, just the way you are.
Thanks. Well, I'll just go and practice my curtsy. Cruel.
Don't be so intimidated by the endicottes, will you? They're just folks like us, plain people. And I'm sure, as a matter of fact, they're not snobs. They would have been happy with Mrs. Goodman's old-fashioned cheese and crackers.
Yes, you're probably right, but, well, I wish Nicole was here.
Well, so do I. But not because you need bailing out tonight. You're going to be a perfect hostess.
Thank you.
Where is Gavin, by the way? Isn't he supposed to be here?
Yes, he should be.
All right, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. We got a man on first. We're down 4-3. Who comes up to the plate but Ingles?
Huh, I bet he struck out.
Wrong. He hit a 3-2 pitch into the second tier in right field.
Now, that's what I call poetic justice. Well, it still doesn't make up for that fly ball he dropped.
You're a hard man, Calvin. We still won the game, didn't we? That's all that matters. You want to get that, please?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, hold on a second. It's for you, Romeo. It's Jody.
Aw, thanks. Hi, honey.
Gavin, where are you?
That's a dumb question. Where'd you call?
No, I mean, why aren't you here? Don't you know what time it is?
Oh, yeah, I just ran a little late.
Are you dressed?
Oh, yeah, from head to toe. I'll be out the door in 2 minutes.
All right, but hurry up because they're going to be here any second.
Oh, okay, I'm on my way. Bye-bye. I forgot completely about it.
Better hurry, dear.
Getting her ready to go off to school, giving the time that you've got. Little things mean a lot.
The little things that we do for our family really mean a lot. So we care about everything. Like White Cloud.
White Cloud, Mommy?
It's the softest. Feel. Yes, but there's more to White Cloud quality. Look, 2 fluffy sheets instead of 1. White Cloud's absorbent, too. Just a few drops of water will prove it.
Wow.
White Cloud's the most absorbent. 2-ply White Cloud's the softest and most absorbent, and that means a lot.
White Cloud, because little things mean a lot.
I'm 24 years old. So am I.
One of these joggers is not 24. She's 35 with 3 kids. Eileen Wesson. Can you tell who's who? Eileen looks 24. How about their hands? Look closely. They look young, too.
My hands deserve as much attention as the rest of me. That's why I use Ivory Liquid. Just the name Ivory means mildness to me, and I think the rich, mild suds do help my hands stay young-looking, even with all the dishes I do.
Still can't tell who's Eileen?
Yes, I'm the 35-year-old. Jogging helps keep me young.
And what helps your hands look so young?
Ivory Liquid. The mildness really makes a difference.
Mild Ivory Liquid helps hands look young.
Well, now that Gavin is gone, you want to tell me what you came here to say? I know it's about this thing about Raven Whitney.
I don't know what to say about it, Calvin. I just can't believe that you got involved in such a foolish and vindictive scheme.
Yeah, I figured you'd be kind of upset about it, especially considering who the victim is.
Well, remember, Raven is still running around out there with about $20 million on her person. She's probably in very serious trouble.
I know, and I feel really rotten about the whole thing. Has anybody got a line on her yet?
No, not that I know about. I mean, there's a few vague hints, and the chief has some feelers out, but nothing definite.
I have never felt more rotten about anything in my whole life. If anything happens to that girl, I think I'm going to be personally responsible.
Well, you should have thought about that in the first place.
Yeah, well, I know. I've been kicking myself in the pants ever since I got involved in this stupid.
Well, why in the hell did you get involved in it? You knew it was a harebrained idea.
Well, for one thing, and I hate to admit it, I was seeking some revenge against Raven. I mean, she'd made some personal trouble for me with Dee Dee and Star.
Well, she does encourage a certain amount of animosity, that's true.
Yeah, well, that was the secondary reason. The other thing was I wanted to prove that Gavin was innocent, to show her that anybody could be the victim of a frame.
Well, you guys definitely taught her a lesson.
You know, Tyler, there is one thing that you don't know about this yet. And look, Hector and Smiley kept this thing going long after Cliff and I got out of it. I mean, we thought they'd let her go after they'd staged that phony hearing. They told us that she was on some cruise somewhere. I figured she was off, sulking in the tropics. Boy, I should have been more suspicious of that story.
Well, I suppose there's no way you could have known that the guys were going to keep the thing going and the Raven was wandering around like some hunted criminal.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly where it stands now, isn't it?
Well, Calvin, I'm just glad the whole thing is out in the open, and I hope everything turns out real good. The Raven comes back safely.
Do I hear wedding bells ringing in the background of this conversation?
Well, you will, if Valerie says yes.
Oh, you sound as if you have doubts.
Yeah, I do have doubts, but I also have an alternate plan.
What plan is that?
Well, to go back to Rome and live with Mom and Dad for a while.
Really?
Yeah, well, I just get a feeling from them that they could use my company right now.
Oh, is anything wrong?
Oh, no, nothing serious. It's just that Dad's feeling a little below par right now, and I know that my mom could use some help, that's all.
And you'd like to bring Val back with you?
Of course I would. I mean, Rome is a nice place to honeymoon.
Have you given any thought to what you might do if Valerie doesn't accept the offer?
Yeah, Mike, I have. Married or single. I'm going back to Rome to be with them.
Here you go, Mr. Endicott.
Thank you. Just what the doctor ordered.
Oh.
A toast, if I may.
Oh, by all means.
To absent friends, particularly Mrs. Cavanaugh.
Here, here. I'm sure she would appreciate the thought. I'm sorry she's not here. And she's sorry, too. She sent her regrets.
Oh, but she's absent on such an auspicious occasion. Receiving a national award from the television industry. Los Angeles, I believe you said.
Yes, from the National Association of Newscasters. And she's a very, very cool lady, but I think she was bowled over by this.
Oh, we are all very proud of her.
Well, you certainly have a reason to be.
It's the most attractive apartment, Doctor. Who's your decorator?
My sister. The place belonged to her before we took it over. She's living in Paris now.
Oh, it's quite nice. I like this piece of bone sculpture. It's from Zaire, isn't it? It's not very old, but it's quite nice.
Yes, well, my wife and I are very fond of it. You are an art appraiser, is that right, Mr. Foster?
And art critic.
Devastating combination, isn't it?
Sounds formidable.
Oh, it isn't really.
Where'd you get your training? Here in this country?
Oh, dear. Do tell them about your background, Barclay. It's so impressive.
Well, I spent some time in Paris at the Sorbonne, and of course in New York City.
Don't be so modest, Barclay. You've forgotten Vienna and, what, Madrid.
How is the gallery, Miss Endicott? Things going well?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, reasonably so. I think that's just going to take some time before things get started rolling.
No, with Grace at the helm, it won't take long. She's an astute businesswoman and has exquisite taste. Now that's formidable.
Mr. Foster, would you like to take a look at the painting now, the one that's got Jody so fascinated?
Oh, yes, indeed, by all means. Aha. Well, there certainly is a resemblance, Miss Travis, I must say. Do you have a magnifying glass by any chance?
Yes, there's one on the desk, yeah. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Mid to late 19th century, I'd say. Unsigned, of course. A rather academic piece of work, nothing terribly distinguished about the brush application. In other words, a minor work of art. Oh, I mean, the color is not bad, but the line of the figure is very, very stiff.
I don't know. I like it.
I don't mean to destroy your pleasure in it, Mr. Wiley. I am merely giving an objective view of its value.
Of course.
I can tell that the painting has been touched up several times over the years. See, one time with a palette knife down here on the bottom. Actually, it's, well, you really can't tell what the original looked like with all of that.
What about the cameo here? Take a look with the magnifying glass. We think we see lettering there, the word Eridu. Could that be a clue to anything?
Ah, E-R-I-D-U. Why, isn't that the old country name for Eden?
As a matter of fact, it does have something to do with the Garden of Eden, according to the encyclopedia.
Traditionally, it's the original site or something.
Oh, no. I don't mean the Garden of Eden.
Thanks,
What I'm referring
An
to...
interesting evaluation. Jody, if it isn't breaching etiquette too direly, may I have another order? They're delicious.
Yeah, they are. They're divine. Could I have another one? I'm sure they're your housekeepers, aren't you?
Mr. Foster, you were saying something about it not being the Garden of Eden?
Oh, yes. What I was saying is, I was talking about the Republic of Eden.
The what?
Oh, it's a small island nation in the Mediterranean. Just a tiny dot on the map.
Hey, Gerald, since you're the class chess champ, I'm picking you to pick the championship. Ruffles brand or regular chips? First D.
It's kind of regular, guys.
Now, Ruffles.
Tremendous potato taste. Ruffles win.
In a national test, moms preferred Ruffles by an average of almost 2-to-1 over leading regular potato chips.
Look, you don't have to be a champ to know which chip is champ, so judge for yourself.
Ruffles, the championship. Judge for yourself.
Monday, Best of the West returns, and Sam catches Elvira with her old beau. Then it's the season premiere of Monday Night Baseball, when the White Sox take on the Oakland A's, or St. Louis and Montreal go head-to-head. Check local listings for game in your area.
Nancy, how sweet of you to call. But don't give me another thought. I'm fine, really.
Will you be there alone tonight?
No, I won't, truly.
All right. If you need us, don't hesitate to call.
I won't. I think what I really want right now is to have Raven home safely.
I'll check in on you tomorrow.
Thank you, my dear. Goodbye. Raven. I almost never use this expression, but where the hell are you?
I'm gonna have your badge for this, believe me. Why are you bringing me here?
I want to show you something, Mrs. Whitney. You'll see for yourself. Watch your step. Take a look. Joke, Mrs. Whitney. This is some kind of joke.
I'm not who you think I am. And that's why the makers of Minute Maid Lemonade asked me to speak to you. Because what you may think is lemonade might just be a lemonade-flavored drink, and says so in small print. But Minute Maid is lemonade, great-tasting lemonade, made from the juice of lots of lemons, whether it's frozen, crystals, or ready to serve. So if you're not drinking Minute Maid, maybe you're not drinking lemonade.
Make sure it's lemonade, make it Minute Maid.
Hickory Farms of Ohio would like to serve up some delicious Father's Day gift ideas. Maybe Dad would like our famous beef stick summer sausage and some good rich cheddar. Perhaps he'd enjoy our mild Gouda, along with the other tasty delights in our wonderful gift. And just to make sure what you pick suits Dad's taste,
Come to Hickory Farms.
we'll make sure it suits your taste first.
We'll give you a taste of old-time country goodness.
Tomorrow, on Happy Days, will Fonzie and his old gang meet the challenge of their arch rivals? And on Laverne and Shirley, the girls aren't talking after a punch thrown in jest breaks Laverne's jaw. Tomorrow on ABC.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, Israel invades Lebanon in retaliation for PLO attacks. Plus, President Reagan meets the Pope, and the battle for Port Stanley looms as Argentina defends the city. ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
It's not thick enough, Sam.
If Sam and his mother hadn't been so demanding... I've
done it again.
Breakstone sour cream wouldn't be so good.
This is Stormfield. Coming up for you on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, the latest on Israel's invasion of southern Lebanon. Israeli troops are advancing as its warplanes batter Beirut. And in our area, floodwaters take their toll, claiming at least 18 lives. We'll have the latest on that situation. And we're going to have this for you.
I'm Phyllis Eliasberg, and tonight I'll tell you about a recall of an item you probably have in your cupboard right now.
18-year-olds and the change in the drinking age, and we'll show you Lois Lane's new look.
Meet Maggie the Magnificent, our young magician. Maggie's not up to her usual tricks because she's wearing one of those saggy diapers that leak. Well, Maggie, here's Huggies. Form-fitting Huggies disposable diapers are thick and absorbent with soft, gentle elastic to help stop leaking. So Huggies hug to help keep babies dry and comfortable. Kleenex Huggies diapers. They help keep babies dry and happy. And that's no hocus pocus. Right, Maggie?
New Jersey primary results tomorrow night at 11.
This is the plaintiff, Vernon Glasspool, owner of Antique Services. He claims that everything in his antique refinishing shop got covered with dust and dirt